Hi, I'm Randy Vance. I'm at Fort Lauderdale in the West Marine store, and I'm with Tim Stiene. He is the category manager for parts and electrical, and I want to talk to him today about why West Marine should be your first place to look for boat maintenance products. How you doing, Tim?
Doing well, how are you?
Good. I look around this store, and in today's pandemic world, your stock is full.
Yeah, it's an all hands on deck situation right now for supply chain. Everyone knows that's kind of a big deal, but I have to give a lot of credit out to our replenishment folks. They're doing an amazing job day in and day out, trying to make sure our stores are stocked for our customers.
Now, when you go through the store, are there areas where you guys have had to do some unique sourcing to fill gaps?
Yeah, absolutely. It depends on the vendor and even just the product. And an example we're dealing with right now is battery switches. There's actually, believe it or not, a shortage of red resin in the world right now. And so we worked with our vendor to produce a battery switch with black resin. And we just put those orders in. We got them into our distribution centers and out to stores. And day in and day out, we're just trying to service the customer right now. And when we need to find replacement parts, we're doing a good job at it.
So Tim, I'm looking over your shoulder and you've got a big rack of fuel tanks. You guys have your own brand of fuel tank up there.
Yeah, we just launched our 3 and 6 gallon portable fuel tank, and it's under the West Marine brand. And what we've done is we worked with our suppliers to go away from the fuel demand valve system that was really confusing customers and even our crew members. And we've moved to a vented cap that's still EPA carb compliant, but is a lot easier for the customer to understand, and you're not spilling gas everywhere. And it's really been a great solution for us.
So how does it work?
It's simple. You open the cap, you put gasoline in, and when you're ready to use it, there's a little vent that you switch open, and then when you're done for the day, you close it. It's simple as that.
Lithium batteries are becoming a big deal in boating, and particularly among bass fishermen or bay fishermen using electric motors.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've recently partnered with Relion with their lithium phosphate line of batteries in about 50 stores. And we've launched that in March, and it's been doing really, really well. Just a couple things to keep in mind is that you really need to upgrade your charging system when you switch to lithium.
Parts and electrical is West Marine's core business. What makes that so? Is that history, or is that the biggest part of the category?
Yeah, it's the core boating category, and that's what, we're in the business to service our core boating customers. And so between engine maintenance, electrical, cleaners, waxes, epoxies, that's really the core boating customer, and that's who we're here to service.
I was talking to your fishing merchandiser. He finds that there are distinct regional differences in fishing tackle. What about for marine maintenance?
Yeah, kind of the same situation. So between even areas like Fort Lauderdale, Miami, or even marina to marina in some cases, you'll have vast differences in what boats are running out of those marinas. So you have Yamaha in the Southeast, for example. Up in the Pacific Northwest, you'll run Volva Pinta and Merc Cruiser inboard outboards. And so the engine parts counter, like you see behind us, will have a really different array of parts and solutions from one store to the next, especially big regions like that.
Do you have any particular categories that are really heavy?
We're in a really good position on some of our oil brands, but we also are having supply struggles on some of the others. So Shell and Chevron right now, just globally, are having a really tough time keeping up with demand. But brands like Quicksilver and our West Marine brand of oil we're in really good shape.
Well, let me talk to you about your West Marine brand. The problem as a consumer that I have with oil is it's voodoo. I don't really know what's in it other than the fact that it's oily. How does the consumer know that they're getting what they need for their motors?
Well, our West Marine oil, the supplier that gets us that oil, does all the testing and hits all the requirements you need for your engines. So all the specs are on the bottle itself. I know from personal experience, being part of the testing, that our West Marine oil actually outperforms some of the brands that you'd use today.
Tim, thanks for talking to me. I appreciate getting a good feel for what you're doing for the customer. And I'm Randy Vance at West Marine, which should be your one-stop shopping center for boat maintenance.